Greetings and welcome to today's session. Today, our focus is on designing static websites using Dreamweaver during UNEB exams. In the previous video lessons, we have seen how to design an online platform using WordPress. We have seen how to design an online platform using Expression Web. Today, I would like us to see how we use Macromedia Dreamweaver to design a static website that is for candidates during the UNEB exams. I'm your host, KAKURU BENARD, who is going to take you through the process of designing an online platform using Macromedia Dreamweaver. Remember, when attempting item 2 calls for a candidate to use a publishing software to design, produce, and publish publications and websites. So whenever we are talking about the publications, those ones, they lie under offline documents. Then websites, these ones, they lie under online platforms. So today's focus is using Dreamweaver as a web authoring software to design an online platform. There are other web authoring softwares, including WordPress, including Expression Web, Front Page, VS Code, and many more that different institutions are using to create online platforms. So, having seen a number of web authoring softwares, there is a note that Notepad is not a web authoring software generally. Notepad is a generic text editor, not necessarily classified as a web authoring software because it does not have any specific web authoring capabilities. It is basically used in editing the HTML codes. And for that matter, a web authoring software is a category of software that enables the user to develop a website. That is what we call a web authoring software. It has all those capabilities enabling you to develop and design that website. So, while attempting this item 2, there are skills that are assessed. Use of an appropriate application. If the item is calling for an online platform, is calling for a website, that means that you must use a web authoring software. And we have seen different different examples of web authoring softwares: WordPress, Dreamweaver, Expression Web, Front Page, VS Code, etc. Those are examples of web authoring softwares. Then Roman 2, content. If you have opened your web authoring software, are you able to put there content? And is the message relevant? Do you have grammar and spelling issues? Have you managed to put a title? Have you managed to put date and contact information? How have you laid your publication, organization of the content through tables, columns, etc. Page setup, paper size, margins, orientation, portrait or landscape. Graphics, since you are provided with support files, you are expected to distribute those images across your pages. Put a logo somewhere. Contrast, take care of font size, font color, and the background color, or even the background images. In other web authoring softwares, we call it a cover, etc. Publication interface tools. We are going to see those publication interface tools when you are dealing with any web authoring software. Then presentation of the product, File format, here we are talking about HTML pages, HTML files if you are creating an online platform. If it is an offline document, we expect a PUB file. Then soft copy on a CD, hard copy, you have to print your pages. Now, when you are going to design a website, take care of these principles. 1, layout and planning. As a candidate who is designing that online platform, get an answer sheet and start planning. You lay out how your homepage will be, where you are going to put a marquee, where you are going to put navigation icons, etc. Then make better font selection and then text sizing. Background color versus the foreground color. Your website should be user-friendly. There is an element of consistency when you are designing this website. And above all, you must have knowledge of HTML because you are going to do some simple coding. Those HTML codes, for example, for a marquee. Then you must include navigational icons within your website, links to other pages. Ensure that if you are to include a photographic background, it doesn't cover the main elements of the page. Now, I want us to have a sample item for an online platform. Kisakye Charles General Hardware is a fast-growing hardware business in Mubende Town, and it has customers from different parts of the country. Currently, the hardware advertises in some newspapers, banners, and posters its new products and stock. So when you see this kind of information, it means that now these people, they are already using offline documents. We continue. The administration wishes to put this on another level by using more ICTs to interact effectively with the public on all that happens at the hardware shop, including staff information, showroom, and active queries page where customers can provide feedback from. Task. With your ICT skills, help the administration to achieve this goal by designing an online platform. A support folder called Hardware has been provided containing some files to help you achieve this goal on behalf of the management. Now, having seen this task, remember I've said this very item, I have used Expression Web to design it. I've used WordPress to design it. So today we are going to use Dreamweaver to come up with the expected responses for the same sample item, creating an online platform. So from here, you need to start planning. You plan, how many pages am I going to create? At least you must create a minimum of 3 pages. A minimum of 3 pages, and then if you are fast, you can create 4 to 5 pages, but at least a minimum of 3 to 4 pages. That is when creating an online platform. More to that, whichever web authoring software you are going to use, whether Dreamweaver, Front Page, Expression Web, VS Code, or WordPress, think about the following application tools: tables, forms, headers and footers, images and sizing, columns, top banners, page design and layout. Think of background colors, general text formatting. Think of using templates if you can, borders, marquee, horizontal lines, page properties. These are some of the web authoring application tools that you can consider while you are designing your pages. Now, I would like us to get started by using Dreamweaver. Let's get started. So we are going to create a folder. We are going to create a folder. First of all, we create a folder on the desktop. I'm going to call it KAKURU BENARD 045. I open my folder. Inside this very folder, I create another folder for item 1. Item 1, where you will store the expected responses for item 1, manipulating data using different application programs. Then item 2 is going to store the online platform that we are going to create. Item 2 folder. After creating that folder, look for the support files. After getting those support files, they said a support folder called hardware has been provided. So get that folder called hardware, open it, highlight the contents in that folder, copy, come to your working folder, item 2, and paste them there. So we have pasted the images from the support folder into KAKURU BENARD item 2 folder. Now from there, we are going to open our web authoring software. Now we look for Dreamweaver, Macromedia Dreamweaver. Me, I'm using Macromedia Dreamweaver 8. So I open it. After it has loaded, we are now going to select HTML. That is create new. We select HTML. So from there, we are going to rename this first page. After renaming it, then we save it in our working folder. So from here, I can right click and then I go to page properties. After going to page properties, then we come to title. This is the title of the page. We call it home page. The title of the page is home page. Then I go under appearance, background color. I choose my background color. I click OK. Then I save changes. Ctrl S. I click desktop. From desktop, I have a folder KAKURU BENARD 45. Then I have a subfolder item 2. I double click there. Then the file name, I call it home.html. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Now it is the file extension for this web page. Save. We have saved our first page. Now, up here we have code. When you look at code, this is where you are going to put your codes. For example, you are going to code the Macui split. Here you are able to see the design part and the code. Then design. You can put everything under the design code so that it is easy. Now we get started and design these pages that we have planned. Home page, about us, showroom, contact us page. We are going to start by designing our home page. So to begin with, I can put a top banner. This top banner, I'm going to use a table. We go to insert, table. After choosing table, number of rows, 1, and maybe 3 columns. This table width, let it occupy 100%. I click OK. So this very table inside here, I'm going to use it as follows. In the left cell, I'm going to put my logo. I go to insert, picture. Directly, it takes me to my folder where this web page is stored. So from this folder, I'm going to look for the logo. Here it is. I double click and I click OK. Then in the middle cell, I'm going to write the title of the website, Kisakye Charles General Hardware. Kisakye Charles General Hardware website. So here we have written that. I can try to reduce that. Then here I can copy this logo and I put it on the right. I paste there, I cancel. So here is the logo. Now I'm going to modify this table a bit. My top banner, I highlight my entire table. I'm now going to increase the font size. I'm going to right click. Then I come to table. I select the table. Once the table has been selected, down here, you can see my pointer. There are properties for this table. And from here, I'm going to align my table centered. So this table means that it is centered because we have highlighted it. Now I center the text. This same text, I'm going to increase its font size. For example, extra large. I can bold it. So at least there we are going. Next, I'm going to put at least a background color in that table and a font color. So from here, we have our background color. So meaning that we are going to select our text and give it some font color. So here we have our font color. For example, I give it yellow. Then this very table, we are going to give it a background color. For example, this one. Then I click outside. So here I've created a table. It's now our top banner. I save changes. Below, we are going to put below this table, we are going to put our slogan, building for the future, building for the future, restoring the past. That is our motto or the slogan, building for the future, restoring the past. From there, we are going to, let me go back to design. We are going to highlight it. We put it center. We increase font size a bit. We can increase font size. We can change the font type as well. Can be bolded. We increase the size a bit. Let's say 24. And italicize. That is our slogan, our motto. Next, we are going to put a table of navigation links. So we go to insert, table, and this table, it has one row and at least 4 columns, an indicator that we are going to put 4 pages. Then let this table occupy about 60% of our page. We can have the border thickness, maybe 4, cell padding and cell spacing. We can put them, let's say, to 1. We click OK. This table, we are going to have it centered. Alignment here, center. Then from here, we are going to write in, for example, home page. We shall have another page called About Us. Another page will be called Showroom. And the last page is called Contact Us. So we can highlight our table. Maybe we can do that later after putting the linking. So below this table, let us now put a horizontal line. I go to insert, HTML, horizontal line. This one, we can modify it by clicking on it. Then below here are the properties. We can increase its height, for example, 6, something like that. You can see it has increased a bit. More to that, right click and say edit the HR, the tag. So under editing, we go to browser specific color. We can choose, for example, this very color that we have used so far. We click OK and save changes. When you go to your working folder, you will find this first page, home.html. When you open it, it now opens in the web browser. So far, this is what we have. The top banner, the motto, and this table, we have our navigation links, and then this one is the horizontal line so far. We proceed in our Dreamweaver. So here, we are now going to create some space, and then we put a Macui to run. So I press enter once. In that very space, I go under code here. Top left, code. When we click on code, we are now going to use this very line, this paragraph, to code our Macui. So we open the tag Macui. We close it like that. We write welcome to Kisakye Charles General Hardware. We now close the tag. Put that a / Macui closes automatically. Save changes, Ctrl S, go back to design. So this is our Macui. After this Macui, below we can have our, let's say, footer section. We shall put the rest of the content within this space that we have left. So below here, let us put our footer section. With the footer section, we can put a table. We insert a table of at least one row and one column. Let this table occupy 100%. Yes, it can have a 0 thickness. The padding, we don't need all that. And the spacing, we don't need any. We click OK. So inside this table, we can write designed by KAKURU BENARD 045. So that is my footer. We highlight, we can bold, we can put it center, we can put at least a background color for this very footer. Then we can also use the same font color that we used previously for the top banner. Then we increase font size, something like that. Font size 24. Then even our Macui, we can increase at least its font size, or we leave it like that. Let's increase font size, for example, 24, bolded. Save changes. Ctrl S. Now, when I go back to my web browser and I reload, so far, this is what we have done. This is our footer. This is our Macui running. Now here, we shall be putting content. Then these details will be pushed down as the content increases. So after designing this home page, we are now going to create other pages. We copy this same information and put it on other pages. So we can create another page. Just press Ctrl N on the keyboard. When you press Ctrl N, again select HTML, and then you click create. That is our new page. Here we have home.html. This is untitled to here. Now right click, go to page properties. From there, appearance, background color, this same color. Go under title, you call this one about us. We click OK. We save changes, Ctrl S. It will be taken directly where the home page is. We call this about us.html. Make sure there is no space here. You click save. Next, Ctrl N. This page is also HTML. We create. Right click, page properties. Appearance. We want our background color. Consistency. Go to the title and we call this Showroom. Click OK. Ctrl S. Here, showroom.html. Save changes. Lastly, Ctrl N, another page. HTML, create. Right click page properties or click page properties here. Appearance, background color. Then under titles and headings, this one is contact us. Click OK. Ctrl S. Contact us. Contact us.html. We save changes. Now, when you look up here, we have home.html and the title is here. We have about us.html and the title is here. We have showroom.html, the title is here. We have contact us.html, the title is here. Now we go to home.html. We start linking our pages together. When linking is done, we shall copy these details and put them to other pages. So we begin with highlight home page. We go to insert hyperlink. So here, browse the page. It takes you directly to your working folder. So from here, select the page that you have highlighted. We highlighted home page, so look for home, select it, click OK. Click OK. Next, highlight about us, go to insert, hyperlink, browse, highlight and select about us, OK. OK. Next, showroom, go to insert, hyperlink, browse, select showroom, click OK. Click OK. Next, contact us, highlight, go to insert, hyperlink, browse, contact us is here, click OK. Click OK. Now, select your table. You can increase font size a bit. Let's say 18, bordered, centered. From here, we can even put a BG color in our table. One can say, let's for example, make it white. I save changes. Now, after this, Ctrl A, select all your content. After highlighting all your content, we can now copy these same designs. We click here about us and paste. You cancel. Save changes, Ctrl S, go to showroom, Ctrl V, cancel, Ctrl S. Go to contact us, Ctrl V, cancel, Ctrl S. So far, we are here. If we can go back to our web browser and reload, this is how our homepage looks like, meaning that now these links are working. So when I click here, about us, You can see here the page reads about us. Homepage, it reads homepage. Showroom, it reads showroom. Contact us, it reads contact us, meaning that our pages are well linked and all of them are having the same design. What is left is the content information. Go back to your web authoring software, click home. So from here, we start and put content on the home page. Remember, this information is from your head and the supporting materials that you have been given. So here, talk about Kisakye Charles General Hardware, what you offer, and some images on that very page. So we are saying that on the home page, I will put some brief introduction about Kisakye Charles General Hardware. I highlight our products and services, and about us, detailed history when we started our mission, and some information about the team and staff of Kisakye Charles General Hardware. And a showroom, I'm going to showcase our products and services. And a contact us page, information how you can contact us, the email, phone number, street, etc. And above all, an active form. It can be an online application form, it can be a registration form, it can be a feedback form, and it must be included in your online platform. Now, to begin with, this is the little information I'm going to put on my home page. I'm saying that Kisakye Charles General Hardware is your one-stop shop for every hardware needs. So if I put this kind of information on my home page, I can put it center after typing. I can come to the font. I can change the font style. For example, Korea New. Font size, I increase it so that it is more visible. Welcome to Kisakye Charles General Hardware. You can bold it. And then I can change its font. For example, I can have Arial Black for my main title. So I choose any other font style, Arial Black. I can take it here and I click OK. So meaning that at least here I can choose Arial Black as my font. One can even give it at least a font color. I can use blue there. Then here is my paragraph. Here I'm going to put some images for our website. So I go to insert, I use a table to lay my content. I need a table of 1 row and 2 columns. Let this table occupy about, let's say, 80% of my page. I click OK. Here is the table. Put it center, alignment. So this table of ours, right click, table, select table, alignment, center. I've centered the table. So here, click in the first cell. We insert an image. Insert image. Here are our images. We are going to start selecting images. I can choose this one. I click OK. Here, the image is too big. Below here, under properties, I've said properties can be hidden from here or can be put from there. So let's use, for example, 500 by 300. Here I've adjusted the size of the image. Then I click in the next cell. Here I go to insert picture. I mean insert image. I select another image from here. Let's say this one. I click OK. This very image, we have used 500 by 300. Click anywhere around your page. Now we have had our images on our home page. Save changes, Ctrl S. When I go to my web browser and I click the home page, here we have put information on our home page. Welcome to Kisakye Charles General Hardware, your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. Founded in Mubende Town, we have been serving customers from all parts of the country. Yes, with our wide range of products. Check out our new arrivals, premium quality cement, versatile power tools, etc. Stay tuned for our upcoming sales event this October. So here we have finished our homepage. Let's go and design about us. Go back to your web authoring software and up here click about us. We have said that under about us we are going to briefly give a history of our website, of our hardware shop, when we started, and the key players of our hardware. So for example here we are saying that Kisakye Charles General Hardware was established in 2010 by a team of dedicated members. So we can choose at least some font style. We can choose font color. Here font color, let's say 24, centered. So from here, this is our paragraph, and we are saying meet our dedicated team. We have Charles Kisakye, the founder, Nakato Esther, operations manager, Sempja Joseph, sales executive, and many more committed individuals. So from here, you can bring a table and put those members there. So let me insert a table and put more details of these members. For example, 4 rows and 3 columns. Let this table occupy 80% of our work. The border thickness can be 4, cell padding 1, and spacing 1. I click OK. Alignment, let it be centered. And now we are going to put some information. Employee name. Then we can have in the next cell title. In the next cell we can have email. And our first person we have Kisakye Charles. Kisakye Charles is the founder, that is the title. And his email is charlie@gmail.com. The next person we have Nakato Esther. Nakato Esther is the operations manager, that is her title. Then from there, this is Esther@gmail.com. Our next person we have Sempja Joseph. Sempja Joseph is our sales executive. We can have Jose@gmail.com. This table, we can modify it further. Click on it. We can right click, table, select table. Once the table is selected, we can have, for example, a background color for this table. One can say, let this table, for example, have that kind of color. We can also have the font size for the main text. So we can highlight our text. We can give this text, for example, let's say size 24, all of it. Then these ones, we can unbold them. The titles, we can bold, Ctrl B. And then below, let's put another horizontal line. Insert HTML horizontal line. Right click on that horizontal line, edit tag, browser specifics, color. We pick the same color we used, click OK. So below here, save changes. We are going to have another table and put these members in our table. We go to insert table. This table of 2 rows, 3 columns, let it occupy 80%, no problem. The border thickness, here we don't need the thick, okay, can be 1. We click OK. Alignment, center. And from here, we are going to put one of the images. We can have Kisakye Charles here. We shall have Nakato Esther in the middle, and we shall have St. Peter Joseph on the right. Let's begin by putting Kisakye Charles. We click in that cell, we go to insert image. Here, let's pick this. Click OK. This image, we can resize it. We can use 400 by 250. Then in the next cell, insert picture, image. We bring another image here. OK. We have used 300 by 250. Then in the next cell, we go to insert image and bring this person. OK. We are using 300 by, this is 300 by 250. Okay. So here we are done with our team. We save changes. So when we go to our web browser and we click on our About Us, here is our About Us. Kisakye Charles General Hardware was established in 2010 with the aim of providing quality hardware products to the people of Mubende Town. Over the years, we have expanded our reach. So here is our information, the table, and the team in a table format. A marquee is running and the footer is there. Next will be our showroom. We go back to our web authoring software and we click showroom. With our showroom, we are also going to put some brief information. For example, we can say visit our showroom and have a look at our products and services. So we can have that simple paragraph to begin our showroom page so that it is not just only images. That is our simple paragraph. We can highlight it. We put it center. We change the font style, for example, Korean New. We increase the font size a bit. Our font size is here, say 24. We press enter. We are now going to put basically images. This is a showroom, a gallery page. We go to insert, table. Let's put a table of about maybe 2 rows and 3 columns. Let it occupy about 90% of our page. We click OK. Alignment centered. We start putting some images here. Go to insert image. We can pick, for example, this showroom image. Click OK. We can put it to 400 by 250. Then below, we can put another one, insert image. We can have, for example, this. Okay. We have used 400 by 250. Then we go in the next cell. We click in the next cell where we are inserting another image. For example, this one. Okay. 400 by 250. We click in the next cell. We can add an image in the last cell. We insert image. Let's say this one. Okay, we are using 400 by 250. Then next, below here, we add in the middle another image, for example this. Okay, 400 by 250. Then we click in the next cell. We scroll to the right, and the next cell here, insert image. We can pick our last image, for example this one. Okay, 400 by 250. Click anywhere in your page and then save changes. So this is our showroom page. After saving changes, check in your browser, showroom. So this is our showroom page. It is showcasing a number of products that we have. Next will be our contact us page. With our contact us page, we said we need to put information like where are you located. So we click in our web authoring software, contact us, find us 123 Main Street, Mubende. Call us on this very number, or you can even email us on this number. So here we are having this, email us on this email. If you have any questions or feedback, fill out this queries form. We shall get back to you as soon as possible. So here is our starting paragraph. Let's now build an online feedback form, online registration form, etc. So from here, we are going to use a table at least. Let's insert a table. This table will be one row and one column. This table can occupy 60% of our page. It can have a border maybe of about 4 thickness. We click OK. Alignment, center. So in this table, we can even have a background color. For example, this as a background color. Then inside, we are going to put all the details there. I can put a title, online form. This online form, we press enter and put a horizontal line. Go to insert HTML horizontal line. Click on it, right click, edit tag, and go to browser specific. Give it a background color and click OK. Below the horizontal line, we can now insert the form container, which will host all the form elements. So we go to insert form, and then we first pick the form container on top for form. I click that. So inside here, we begin name. We can begin name, and we put a text box. Go to insert form text field. Then we say no label tag. I can say after the form item. I click OK. Here is our text box. Click on it. I copy. Press enter. Email. Space. I paste. So that I don't need to go back there. Next, I need gender. With gender, we are going to insert a radio button. It is either male or female. Insert form radio button. No label. After the item, I click OK. I copy. In front, male, space, paste, female. Enter. Which other form element can we have here? a drop-down menu for hardware category needed. So here we are going to put the hardware category needed. We insert a form, and here we are using what we call a menu, a drop-down menu or list. I select that, no tag, that is, yeah, it can be before the item. I click OK. So here we click on this. We are now going to right click and say edit tag. This tag that we have selected, we are going to allow someone to put a number of values. Actually, we may not need to edit, but let's come here, list the values. Select it and you select the values. The first one, we are going to add, for example, building and construction. That can be a category. Add, click on the plus. Maybe we need plumbing tools. Add, maybe we need power tools, or we need paints and finishes. We click OK. So this one will have the category where someone can choose. It is a list menu. Next, we can have, let's say, most needed items. If you have selected, for example, building and construction, what will you need? So here we insert a form and we put a checkbox. So with these checkboxes, one is going to select. This is before the item. I click OK. So here, for example, one will need sand. I paste. One may need bricks. I paste. One may need, let's say, paint. One may be interested in cement. One may be interested in pipes. One may be interested in, for example, iron sheets. One may be interested in nails. One may be interested, for example, in binding wires. One might be interested in, let's say, there are many building materials that are needed, the construction, etc. Maybe one may be interested in gravels. So, etc., etc. Next, which other form element can we add? One might be having a quotation, so you can say send us a quotation. So here we are going to insert another element, form, which is called at least a file. We need a file field. File field. This is before the item. We click OK. So this one will allow one to browse and attach any file. Then next, any comment or feedback. Any comment or feedback. So here we are going to put a text area. We insert form text area. This one, it accommodates at least more than what a text box can accommodate. Select it. We can say, for example, character width may be 40, number of lines may be 4, something like that. That is a text area. Next, let us insert our horizontal line and we conclude our, so this horizontal line, edit it, browser specific, same color, okay. So below here, I want us to put the buttons, the send button, the reset button, insert form button, this one. This button, we click OK. And instead of submit, I can write a value which is the send form. Here it is. Next, I can insert another button, form button, and I call this one instead of submit action, this one will reset the form, and we can call it clear form. So these two buttons of ours, I can now highlight the content, we center it, we can even change the text style, for example that. We can even increase size a little bit. Let's increase size a little bit, say 18, we save changes. Now we are done with our feedback form, our online application form, and generally our online platform. When I click contact us, here you can see reach out to us. We are located here, Mubende Town. Call us on this number or email us. If you have any questions or feedback, please fill this form. Online form, name, email, gender, male or female, which hardware category do you need, and what are you interested in. They should select them. If you have a quotation, you browse and send us that file. Browse, you attach that file, deliver these goods as soon as possible. Then send form. This one is for clearing the form. You can see it has cleared. So this is how we design our form. We can highlight this, we bold it. We can increase font size, the font style. We save changes. So here when I reload, you can see our online form is okay. So pages are well linked, about us, showroom, contact us. We are now done. We can close our web authoring software. We can also close this. Now to print, you go back to your folder. When you go back to your folder, open item 2. You start with the home page, open it, Ctrl P on the keyboard, or right click, choose print. So from there, if the work is going to fit here well in portrait, well and good. If not, put it to landscape and ensure that your work is okay. So here it will be split, so leave it in portrait like that, and then print. So at times these background colors may not appear depending on the kind of printer you are using. Scroll down, more settings, go down. Here, that's when you can take off these background colors. You select so that your pages are plain like that. But when you say background graphics, the background colors will be printed as well. You tap on print. So that's how you print your pages. Go to about us, do the same. Showroom, do the same. Contact us, do the same. Now, that is how we design the online platform using Dreamweaver. We said make sure the images and the HTML files are together like that. So thank you for following up this. And finally, we need to look at the score guide. The score sheet here, we are looking at the code planning. Has the candidate managed to select an appropriate program, which is a web authoring software to design an online platform? Will take 3 weights. Has the candidate managed to create 3 to 4 web HTML pages? Yes. Have you added information like the website, the hardware name, about the hardware, etc, etc? So that is the score sheet for that very item. Have you managed to include contacts, physical address, registration form, a feedback form, etc, etc? That is the score sheet. Manipulation of data, how you have been adding different elements. And the elements, we mentioned them here: tables, forms, marquee, horizontal lines, etc, etc. All of them, we have done them using Dreamweaver. So please, grab a copy of step-by-step guide using Expression Web. If you are a fan of Expression Web, grab a copy. If you are a fan of WordPress, grab a copy, a practical approach on designing websites using WordPress. The book is there. There is ICT Mastery for Uganda's competence-based curriculum. Please grab a copy of ICT Mastery. This book is the best for Senior 1 to Senior 4. It has those items and their answers. ICT Mastery. Make sure when you are buying, the book has this logo. New Curriculum 2025, second edition. We have this for A-level. Mastering Subsidiary ICT for A-level, Teacher's Guide, Book 5. Grab a copy of the Aligned A-level Curriculum, Book 5. It is a competence-based theory and practical approach. It has its learner's book. Make sure you grab both. How about Senior 6? The Aligned Curriculum, Mastering Subsidiary ICT for A-level, Teacher's Guide, the Aligned Curriculum, Book 6, a competence-based theory and practical approach. Grab a copy of this book. It also has the learner's book. Grab both. Also, Elite ICT Information Communication Technology. I'm the same author behind these books. Please grab Elite ICT books and continue shining with the new curriculum. Please continue following me on my YouTube channel for the latest updates regarding ICT. Here is my contact. WhatsApp me or call me in case you need any assistance, be it talking to the candidates, taking them through some of these skills, designing websites using Expression Web, WordPress, Dreamweaver, Notepad, etc. We are there to assist one another. Please call me for that assistance, even in paper 1. Please keep following all the updates in paper 1. They will be there always. Jabres.